Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Profitable Cleaner Podcast. I'm your host, James Harper. Listen, today's episode, I really want to give you guys actionable tips and information to implement into your sales strategy once you book a walkthrough with your ideal prospect. The reason I want to really dive into this topic is because I think it's really important. We should never take a walkthrough appointment for granted. You probably know just as well as I do. Walkthroughs are freaking hard to come by sometimes. I don't care what any cleaning guru tells you, any sales expert, any marketing company. Walkthroughs should be like the gold standard of like what we're looking for week in and week out. And they don't just fall off of trees, for lack of better words. Walkthroughs are freaking hard to get sometimes, especially if they're with big time facilities or multi location buildings and big time contracts that could really change your cleaning company. So, anytime we get the opportunity to meet face to face with a business owner or a facility director, a property manager, we want to make sure that we use the most of that time, take advantage of the opportunity, make it not just worth our time, but definitely make it worth their time, and see if we can't advance the conversation forward and see exactly what they're looking for and figure out how we can help them. So I want to implement 3 tips that you should be asking your prospect before you actually ever attend the walkthrough. So here's the ideal scenario. Let's say you just booked your dream walkthrough with that dream facility director at that multi-location office building, and you are super excited that you have the chance to meet with that individual. So we have to ask ourselves, what qualifying questions and information leading up to that walkthrough do we need to know to make sure that when we actually have FaceTime with this individual, we're totally making it specific to that information they provide us and we're making it worth their time. So, the first thing we want to do after we book the walkthrough, whether you get that from a lead that came through your website, maybe you did a cold call and you did a hell of a job and you booked that appointment, or maybe it's even a referral. It doesn't matter how the walkthrough was booked or where it came from. The first thing you want to do is confirm time, place, and people. I know it sounds almost simple that it should be like silly, but you want to confirm what time the walkthrough is, the exact place. I can't tell you how many times that we've had a walkthrough happen and the facility director was at the wrong building, or our cleaning client was at the wrong location. You want to confirm the place, and then you want to confirm the people that are going to be there. Because sometimes what you will realize in our industry is that just because you booked a walkthrough with someone, a gatekeeper on the phone, doesn't always mean that they will be there or the potential decision maker will be there. There could be someone, their assistant, a colleague, a different manager doing a walkthrough on their behalf for whatever reason. So always confirm the time, the place being the actual building, the physical address, and the people that will be there. More so, once you get that information, specifically the people part of it, you want to do some research on those individuals. If you know Bob Smith, the facility director of that building, is going to be there, you should probably do some research on Bob Smith. You can start as simple Google search, but I like to go to LinkedIn. I like to look at Bob's LinkedIn profile, see what pages he follows, see if he has any recent activity, see any posts. I put a face to his name. I get a feel for Bob before I ever meet Bob. That gives me a level of comfort, gives me a level of confidence, and it allows me to kind of picture the scenario with Bob before I ever interact with him. So, rule number 1, confirm the time, the place, and the people. And the people is the most important part of that first step there. The second thing you need to do is you need to understand their current cleaning setup. So if you just book the walkthrough, it's really critical that you have some idea of what they're currently doing in the cleaning space. And a really good like cold call or sales pitch, if it came from an outbound perspective, should get this information before the walkthrough is ever booked. But if you don't have it, it's crucial that we find a way to get it before the walkthrough. You don't want to just show up with Bob and have no idea about his current cleaning setup. Again, we want information that we can ahead of time so we can kind of have some semblance of a plan before ever walking in. So it's critical to know, like, hey, do they clean 1 to 2 times a week? Are they a daily clean? Do their cleaners only come during certain hours? What specifically are they looking for their cleaners? Do their cleaners need to actually do restocking, or is it just simple baseboard cleaning and the simple janitorial? We need to know what they're currently looking for or what they're currently doing, because it gives us an idea of what we can speak to when we finally get face to face with them. Also, they say fortune favors the bold, so does preparedness. When you're prepared, that truly does favor the bold. And we want to prepare before every meeting. It doesn't mean that we have to do extensive research. Our industry is not overcomplicated, but we need to have a pulse on their current cleaning setup as it's currently constructed, and because that gives us leverage. It allows us to come up with creative ideas on what we could do differently, what we could do better, or maybe assume some of their challenges, which brings me to my next point. The third thing, we have to understand, and this is a great qualifying question, what their current challenges and needs are. Odds are, if they're working with the cleaning company and they're speaking to you, it's because that cleaning company is doing something to immensely fail them. That means we have to understand exactly how that cleaning company is failing, exactly what they're doing wrong, what the current challenges of that facility and keeping it clean and keeping it up to standard really is. Because if we go in with that information, we should have a specific plan outlined around their challenges, outlined exactly around their current cleaning plan, outlined to the person we're speaking with. And think about that. That's all 3 points we just talked about. We need to know the person, we need to know their plan, and we need to know their challenges, their wants, and their needs. And we need to be getting all of this before the walkthrough ever happens. So a lot of people might ask me, hey, listen, I just booked this through a cold call. How would you get this information? Well, that's pretty easy. You ask them on the cold call. Hey, before I let you go here, I know we're supposed to meet next Tuesday at 10 a.m. I just want to ask you a few questions. One, let me confirm the time, place, and the people I'm meeting with. Is it you I'm meeting with? Is it anyone else? Give me kind of the rundown. Two, can you kind of give me an idea of your current cleaning setup right now? What you guys are currently doing? Are you working with the company? Does any of your employees manage this, etc.? And number three, what are some of the biggest challenges with keeping this building clean? If you could just kind of give me a brief overview, that'd really help me so I can be prepared for the walkthrough. People respect that because it shows attention. It shows detail. More than anything, it shows care to what they're looking for, which automatically separates you from a lot of your competition, because a lot of people in the cleaning industry are turn and burn, and that's not us. We sell the right way. We sell human to human. We sell because we care. So the 3 steps, let's recap them. First, confirm the time, place, and people. Pretty simple. You need to know who you're speaking with. Number 2, confirm the problems. Find out what their challenges are. Currently, it doesn't matter what order these come in, but you need to find out what their current cleaning plan is. Find out what the current cleaning setup is, what they're currently doing, so we can have some sort of idea if we can match that or make it better. And then the third thing is find out what their problems are. Figure out the person, figure out the plan, figure out the problem. If you can do that before a walkthrough, you are making the most time of that 20, 30, 45 minutes that you spend with your prospect. It shows that you're prepared. It shows that you have attention. It shows that you're detailed. And it shows that you care. That automatically gives a feeling, and people buy with feeling 100%. 100% of freaking people buy with feeling. That gives a feeling to the prospect of all of those things, and we want our prospects to feel. We don't want them to see that calendar invite come up and be like, I have to do this walkthrough, because odds are that's their mentality going in. But by time that 40-minute walkthrough is up, that 20 minutes that you just spent with them is up, maybe it lasts an hour because you knocked it out of the park. By time that walkthrough is done, we want them to feel energized, refreshed, and feel like, you know what? They knew exactly what they were talking about. You want them to feel some sort of positive energy. Your last impression is your lasting impression. And that's what we want to do. And we can solidify that if we come in a little bit more prepared. So those are the 3 things you can do once you book a walkthrough. I want to hear about your successes. Guys, if you haven't joined our Facebook group already, click the link below. Definitely check out the Profitable Cleaner Facebook group. It's just a Facebook group of sales sharks in the cleaning industry where we share the best information, I believe the best when it comes to the sales game and the janitorial space. More so, if you like this podcast, please give us a review, a rating, iTunes, Spotify. I don't care. All the love we can get is appreciated. Look forward to it. Go out there, go kill it. And I look forward to hearing more about your success.